Man, that ball supposed to complain. I don't give a fuck what they say.
We're starting off this quarter close enough to smell the goal line. Quarterback sneak. Stop. Nothing. Denied. Right in his tracks, and it's fourth down for this defense.
And I like the call. 3rd inches. I feel like I can get a few inches. I just need to fall forward with this defense. Getting ready for the quarterback sneak.
It's a play call that just makes you second guess everything. What to think you can just call up QB sneak to pick up that first down. Now you're probably going to have to hand it off to the big fella behind you to keep this drive going.
Big tight end makes the grab. First down, still on his feet. Touchdown Sooners. Quick strike through the air for the score. Lining up to add another. And with the extra point, they close it to a 17-14 game. A very efficient 5-way scoring drive. They closed it going up top for the final few inches in the score. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The Alabama offense coming onto the field. That last score the defense allowed made it a one-possession game, and there is plenty of pressure to have a productive drive here. They'll run it, trying to drain time off the clock. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
I know exactly what I have to do here. Defensively, got to get the stop. So we're playing run. We're selling out to run because we're thinking they're going to run the football. And we got 3 timeouts. Let's use them wisely. Let's use those timeouts, save as much clock as we can so our offense has some time on the clock to do some damage when they get the football back.
And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short game there. Now a timeout call by the Sooners as their first. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter.
What gave it away?
Russell from the gun on 3rd down. Throws to the wideout. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down.
Man, that is such great 3rd down defense. Seeing the football, breaking on the football, knowing where he's at, because he's probably going to get that 1st down. But nice timing. Sometimes guys get there just a little bit early, get the pass interference, but that was right on time to make the hit and dislodge that football.
Hunt is in the air. You'd think they would have had a good chance to down that one deep, but the bounce carries it into the end zone for the touchback. The Sooner offense returns to the field. They're in a precarious spot here, that lofty perch in the rankings, hanging in the balance unless they can do something to save themselves here. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. Looking for a man. It's Mateer. A spectacular one-hand grab. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a 1st down at the 38. New set of downs after the completion. Out of the gun, the inside give. It'll be a gain of 6, sets up 2nd and 4.
Love to see this on offense early in drives. Getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
2nd down, he'll throw it. And here's a fumble way behind the line. Oh, and they get the ball back, but that's just going to make it much tougher on this drive.
It's so hard to force fumbles, and when you do,
They're not letting me pick my play again.
you want to get them, you're crawling, you're doing whatever you can to get there as a defender, but the offense
Can't even call a timeout. All right. Look at this. All right.
Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and the offense is looking for...
This is one janky ass game, bro. You know you over there putting in cheat codes.
Stepping up to help this
You over there
defense
putting cheat codes in and shit is fucking up the game.
looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it. It'll bring up 4th down.
This defense right now is not only fighting an offense with a lot of confidence, but they're fighting against momentum too. Remember
communication with this offense and the execution has left a little bit to be desired, and especially in a big moment right here when you had to have a score and you had to have the fourth down conversion.
On the move, it's Hill.
No mystery on that play. With the lead, we are going to run the ball. You know it's coming, and we are running right at you. Right into the teeth of the defense, and they're still able to get a nice game.
They're in control of the clock as their friend. You'd have to expect another run here on 2nd and 6. They'll keep it on the ground. And he is swarmed under a host of defenders there to make the stop. Timeout, Oklahoma. That's their second. The brain trust getting thoughts together for this big 3rd down coming up. Throwing Russell. Fires to the right.
Nigga, you had that nigga over the other side wide the fuck open. Cause I thought you was running that shit.
Completion. It now sets up a very interesting.
I swear to God, I thought you was running it.
You've got a narrow lead. You kick the field goal now, you force the opponent to have to at least score a touchdown to retake the lead. But you can also seize a lot of momentum if you get it here on 4th and short. If you're able to score a touchdown, this is a completely different game.
Now this is rolling the dice, or perhaps they've gone outside their head. They're already up. Boy, this could really backfire if they don't convert on 4th down. Desperate to convert, and he'll throw it. Can't make the connection, and the defense gets a 4th down stop.
And as a defense, that's all you can ask for. Give the ball back to your offense. Yes, you're still down. You gave them a chance. They got the football. They got some time left. Now can they put a drive together? Maybe go tie this game. Maybe go win this game. Great stop by this defense.
First play of this drive comes from the 27. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second.
Oh shit, I thought he caught it.
Make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Looking downfield, it's Mateer. Trying to escape and get it himself. Trying to scramble his way free, but that defense does a great job. There's no gain on the play. The Tide crowd rolling noise down on the Saban field on 3rd down. Quarterback making checks. On 3rd and long, trying to convert through the air. And he can't find anyone open, and down he goes.
Plays like that are the type of plays that win you games. Bottom line, here we are, it's late. It's a close game. It's a huge 3rd down, and somebody's got to step up and make a play.
Oh my God, he's doing it again.
The defense will use a timeout, and the clock is stopped with 24 seconds left. Down a possession here in the 4th, and they'll need to convert on this 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Makes the catch, converts on 4th down, is still on his feet. He's got enough for the 1st down, and they roll the dice and convert to keep this drive going. Wants to throw it again, and why not? And the pressure will get there. The sack. Down he goes in the waning moments. That could be a costly play. The timeout stops the clock with 10 seconds to play. And the Sooners with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Fires to the right. He can't find his man, and the clock stops with 6 seconds left. It comes down to this. One more snap left in this game. If they get a touchdown, they can find a way to win it. Oh, he's ready to take a shot. The pass is incomplete, and 1 second is left.
Well, this defense is going to need a few plays now to get some of this momentum back. Remember, they had a massive lead earlier in the game, but that's dwindled now, and you wonder if they were just sleepwalking a little.
Now, wait just a second here. I don't see the kicker coming out. I think they're going to go for it here. On 4th down, going to the air. Now improvising. Last pass falls incomplete, and that's going to do it. Guys, if you want to go strictly by the rankings, I guess this was an upset, but to my eyes, we saw two really good teams slug it out, and one of them came out on top.
Yeah, two really good teams, and that's a reason why they're both ranked. They're both really good, and I tell you what, getting this win proves something to everyone else now. Like, I was ranked below this squad. You beat a team that's ranked above you. Now you start to climb up the charts, build some momentum. This squad's about to get some more respect on them.
I think good teams find ways to win games, especially in a game like this. Two ranked opponents, evenly matched. Who's going to be able to make the plays when it matters the most? You got to give this team credit. This is a big win. It's impressive, and now they get to move up the rankings.
This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis, saying goodbye, everybody. Welcome to Autzen Stadium in Eugene. It's the Oklahoma Sooners and the Oregon Ducks. Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with you. Let's check in with our sideline reporter, Holly Rowe.
When you talk about decibels, making it hard to play for the opponents, the first stadium you've got to think about is Autzen Stadium in Eugene, Oregon. This is one of the most acoustically challenging places for opponents to step onto the field. The loud and the proud, the Ducks make noise whenever opponents come to town. Back to you.
Okay, Holly. And the Ducks ready to put toe to leather, and here we go. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. They'll start on the ground with Xavier Robinson. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
And that's exactly what you want to do as a defense, man. You want to get penetration and not let that tank get downhill. Because when he gets downhill at that weight and that size, it could be a problem for your defense. Get him before he gets started.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. To throw, it's Mateer. He's got him. And that completion good for a short game, but they still have some work to do to pick up the first down.
Yeah, and listen, I'm going to move this guy everywhere. He's in the slot this time, but I'm not going to let the defense understand where he's lining up so they can double team him, put him in the slot, put him out wide. Either way, find this guy early and often.
This is where you make the money on the drive. Ball at the 30, it's 3rd and short. From the gun, wants to pass. Out of the backfield, he's open. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot it at the 37. The Sooners come to the line with a new set of downs. They'll run out of the gun. Here's Xavier Robinson. A confident, tough, efficient run. Gets it up to the 44.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on first down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
Might as well stick with him. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front.
Well, one of the reasons why it's hard to run against this defense is because of that guy right there. He's one of the best due tackles in the game, and he's got tremendous explosiveness, quicks. He's strong at the point of attack. He can shed blocks, and he completely ate that last run up.
They thought they could just run it on 3rd and short, but this defense was there to make the stop.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guy.
Hold on a minute. The offense still out there going for it in their own territory. On 4th down, they'll pass for it. Drop the football, and they'll turn it over on downs. They thought they had a good plan, but it did not work.
And this offense choose to be aggressive. Listen, once you start getting to midfield, you see most offenses be aggressive, and they took their chance, and they failed. Now, early in the game, a chance to create momentum to swing back to the other side of the football field.
Running inside, it's Hill. Powers through the defender. Out of bounds at the 33, but not before the big pickup for the ground game. All the way down to the 33-yard line. It's 1st and 10. Moore. Escapes the pressure going right. Oh, and he took a shot as he threw that one away.
A really good job by the defense. They got to understand that boy can fly. So when he gets outside the pocket, I got to make sure I'm ready to go get him. You could tell he was still being a passer. He wanted to throw the football. Nice job closing under control, getting a hit on the quarterback, and affecting the throw.
Moore, play action. Fires to the middle. Got his man. The tackle is made, but he's got it 1st and goal from the 6. This offense in scoring position with a fresh set of downs. Off-play action on 1st down. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13.
Quarterback just has to be more aware of the situation. 1st down, goal-to-go situation. You cannot take a sack. So the QB, if no one's open, you got to make sure you're throwing that ball out of the end zone and helping your offense out.
Wide out trying to get it in. He's all the way down to the 2-yard line. Just spectacular execution there.
I like the aggressiveness by this defense. You've got to play tight on the wide receivers. There's not a lot of space on the field. You've got to be aggressive, and you've got to make tackles.
On the gun on 3rd down, Dante Moore. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And these coaches have these play sheets over there on the sidelines, and there's so many calls they want to call. They want to make explosive plays, but you got to protect your QB, and he's already been sacked. Now he's hit again. Like, they've got to protect him up front if they want a chance of doing damage on the offensive side of the football.
They spun that wheel of fortune on 4th down and come up bankrupt. Listen to this noise. You can't hear yourself think as this defense has them pinned deep in their own end. He finds his way out to the 13-yard line, and they're out of trouble with a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Gonna take a shot at this DB. And it's incomplete. They were looking for the huge gain on 1st down. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. To the air, it's Mateer. Rushes on him. He found a little opening and got loose. They couldn't stop him in the backfield, so a solid pickup there. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Wants to throw on 3rd down. Fires to the big fella. They get him on the ground, and with that, we'll head to the 2nd quarter. Defense has dominated the early part of this game, and the stats point that out emphatically. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm here in the 2nd. So after the break, they'll go back to work. Handoff to Xavier. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. They'll send the back in motion. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. With the catch, it's Sategna. Breaks into the open. The 30. He's at the 10. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Oklahoma!
For this offense, it was a bit of a feeling out process there in the first quarter, just trying to find the rhythm and find any holes in the defense they could. Here in the second quarter, they're getting aggressive. They found the matchup they wanted to take advantage of. One-on-one, the quarterback and his target link up for a huge score to finally get on the board.
That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. The Oregon offense is on the field to get this drive going. They've got it back after that last drive stalled out, and they were stopped on fourth down, David.
Yeah, and they put a little bit of a drive together, but Jesse, they stalled on the other side of the field, and they got to find a way to keep that momentum going as they get closer to the end zone.
I agree. I do like their mindset, though, and I think they need to continue being aggressive moving forward in this game.
Throwing more. That's caught. It's hooked. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down.
That wide receiver on the outside is dangerous. When you're playing zone coverage, it's really hard because you're not chasing him. You can't really get hands on him. You got to make sure you send more guys his direction. Maybe slide those linebackers toward that wide receiver so you got a little more help on the outside.
Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Davison. He's brought down, stopped right at the 50-yard line. No matter what uniform the Ducks are rocking, they are dressed for success on the ground.
And that's who they are, right? They're dressed for success. They run the football, and then after that, what do? They run it some more, and they run it fast. Every Oregon team always been built on that tempo and ground game.
Moore with the play fake. Took a shot as he threw. He just treated that thing like a hot potato, and they're going to call him for grounding. And guys, he just didn't get outside the tackle box. You can't throw it away like that. Second and long after the grounding call. Dante Moore. Right down the middle. And they won't make the connection, looking to make a big play there.
Man, the quarterback threw that ball hard, too. And I know sometimes when you're throwing an in-breaking route, you want to get it to your receiver quickly. But when you try to strain and throw it harder, oftentimes your accuracy is what suffers, and you saw it there on the incompletion.
Offense breaks the huddle. It's third down. Moore from the gun on third down. Unloads to the wideout. Interception. You don't see him make that kind of mistake very often. He would have loved to make the big return there, but he still gives his team the ball at the 37. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Here's a give to Robinson. And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. He stopped not much on the return, but a whole lot in getting the football. Here's Moore to throw. Makes the grab. Huge play there into plus territory, and they'll mark him out of bounds at the 46.
And you just wonder now, is that the play that's finally going to wake this offense up? They've been sluggish throughout the entire first half, but could that be the thing that finally just gives them a little bit of a jolt and leads them to scoring some points here before this half is over?
They'll go play action with Moore. And the heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45.
Oftentimes with play action, you're asking the quarterback to hold on to the ball a bit longer, and you're asking this offensive line to hold up in pass pro a bit longer. Against this athletic front seven on defense, it's going to be tough.
The play action fake. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. Handoff to Xavier. And he doesn't find much running room, a short gain on the play. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. give to the running back. Steamrolls his way ahead. Got enough space. And he's in. Pounded his way in for the score. Touchdown, Oklahoma.
Anytime you've got a successful run play on the ground, you've got to have great blocking up front. The offensive line, receivers, everybody doing their job, and that helped lead to the home run.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Davison. That is a decision he will likely regret. He brings it out of the end zone, and he's knocked down at the 10. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. Moore, play action. And down he goes back at the 3. The Ducks signal for their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. They've already racked up big sack numbers. It's starting to snowball, and they are ready to go again. On the run, it's Davison. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up. Now Oregon will call its second timeout. And they'll still have 1 in their pocket for what's left in this first half. This defense has kept them backed up. Now 1 more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Now the play fake. And he drops it just a little too slippery in the hands.
You're not going to see that happen too often. The quarterback, man.
But look at this. They're not setting up to punt. They're going to try to cut into this lead, and this is a huge risk late in the half. More to throw for it on 4th down. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on 4th down, and they keep the drive alive. Final timeout taken here by the Ducks. And they won't be able to stop the clock again for the remainder of this half. Moore throws to the wideout. And that is interception number 3 on the day. Couldn't find much breathing room.